could complete the IQ quiz in peace. Listen,
Nope.
I told you that I take these things very seriously. What do you want from me? Also, if you're interested, this was my IQ, so I'd say it was
Oh
worth
yeah,
it.
no big deal. Hey guys, my name's Dan. This reaction comes from the channel TheAMaazing. This is I Got Married, and this is a channel that I found fairly recently, and it's another story animation style video, which I am absolutely all here for. I certainly recognize a lot of those on the left-hand side of the screen, and this looks like it's going to be so freaking wholesome. I can't wait to jump into it. But before I do, though, please check all those links I got for you down in the description below. More specifically, the Amazing's link if you haven't already. It's a great way to support him. And a great and easy way to support me is to go right below this video and click all those buttons down there. One button in particular I really want you to check out if you are feeling extra generous. For just $1 a month, you can become a channel member. And without any further ado, let's go.
Yup, I got married, and it wasn't to James. Or was it?
Oh my
This video is
god!
gonna be a continuation of that video, talking about how I met my now-wife name and my super smooth proposal.
Hell yeah.
Perfect. Getting on one knee was the easy part. What came next was an insanely massive, Pakistani-centric, 500-person wedding that spanned over 3 days.
Wow.
And even though things went pretty well, there is this one thing that I regret about it all.
What?
And it's not about the person I married, I promise.
Good, good.
When planning for the wedding, there were definitely people in my mind that had to be there. I've
Sure.
been fortunate enough to have made lifelong friends through high school, university, even the hospitals that I worked at. But the one group that I really wanted to be there as well were my online friends. They're
Yay!
important in defining who I am as a person today. But because they lived around the world, I wasn't sure if they'd be willing or even able to come down on a random weekend for my wedding.
That's fair.
And yet, so many of my closest online friends came over from America, Europe, Japan, all to watch me
That's
marry the love of my life.
awesome!
After years of not seeing them, I loved spending time with my mates before getting married. We made wedding gifts together, had a big, deep, and meaningful session in the big circle in the living room.
That's so
I introduced
sweet.
them to HSPs or halal snack packs, the greatest Australian delicacy by far. Tabs
Okay.
managed to convince us to do an IQ test, which I took very seriously.
Oh, of
Emily ended up
course.
walking in whilst we were taking them, and even though she flew down from Japan just to see me, I secretly hid in the cupboard so that I could complete the IQ quiz in peace. Listen,
Nope.
I told you that I take these things very seriously. What do you want from me? Also, if you're interested, this was my IQ, so I'd say it was
Oh
worth
yeah,
it.
no big deal.
But with all that being said, there were still a few people missing before the wedding. Jaden, Jacob, and one of my best mans, James. They did end up arriving on the day of the wedding itself.
Oh!
Literally arriving on the first day, then leaving immediately after the second day had finished because their schedules were so packed.
Fair.
They spent more time traveling than actually in Australia itself. Goofs and gaffs aside, that was genuinely so heartwarming and still blows
Agreed.
my mind to this day. Like, thank you. Thank you for coming to my wedding.
Aw.
James has been one of my closest friends for almost a decade, and seeing him step up to the podium, anxiously deliver his best man speech, and then ask my parents for how he went was so cute. It was
Aw.
a great speech, don't get me wrong, it was a crowd favorite. Until my little brother stepped up and one-upped him by nearly making me bawl.
Oh
Hey,
my.
second place ain't too bad. The animators and online friends were also clearly different from the rest of the Pakistani circles, for obvious reasons, but
Sure.
what made them stand out even more though was Names' friend. She was a huge fan of the Storytime animation community, and she thought that Mars was just a random Pakistani guy that Name was marrying, not the same YouTuber that she watched. So she was running around, hyperventilating, and getting signatures from my friends at my wedding.
Oh my.
And then she threatened to dox me by posting a picture of all of us.
Yeah, don't do
What
that.
are you thinking? Please don't do that.
No.
Because I'm gonna do it now. Bam!
Oh, okay.
Now, would you
Nice.
allow me to crush on my friends a little bit? Of
Aw.
course you would. It's my video. You have no control here. Massive
Aye.
highlight to Sultan, who had multiple
mind.
people come up to congratulate him for the wedding and ask if he was a model. Okay, Sultan, on my day? Yeah, alright, bro. Alright, that's fine. Rush here also had a minion-style band-aid on his chin because the day before the wedding, he slipped on his skateboard indoors, split his
Oh.
chin, and got a minor concussion. I
Ow.
didn't think I need to be medical a day before my wedding, but here we are, okay?
Oh, that's so nice enough for him to stay there even though with a concussion.
Thanks for being classy, Rush. My wife. But the person who cleared the most was obviously, unmistakably, Name. Even as the door
Aw.
opened, her smile and personality radiated through.
That's so
As
nice.
Name walked down the aisle, the full realization finally hit me. Everything else faded away as my attention was drawn and was solely focused on my wife.
As well it should.
With every step that she took, memories of our time together played in my mind, and I couldn't help but grin uncontrollably from ear to ear.
Aww.
I'm not even ashamed to say that if I wasn't expressly told by my family not to cry publicly, I would have definitely shed some tears of joy.
I wouldn't blame you.
Don't do it. We can't disappoint them now. With Name finally taking her seat and the butterflies in my stomach refusing to settle down, next up were the cultural wedding games. Now, unfortunately for all my friends, because of the busy wedding planning and some of them not arriving until the day of the wedding, I wasn't able to prepare them for the traditional Pakistani games to come. This should be fun. Wait,
Huh?
a present for me? Opera? You shouldn't have! And you have to stay and watch because it's your wedding gift to me. Wow, thank you guys. I didn't expect this from you. Opera is a wonderful web browser that I actually enjoy using.
Oh,
News
freaking ad read, you
articles,
sucked me in
and
with
did
it.
you use tabs? But a human, a
Alright, hold
worm
on, let's
in
go
the
back a little
tab.
bit. There we
What
go.
was your recent tab name? Can a worm survive inside a human? Worm questions again? Boost that productive
Oh my
brain
God.
of yours with Opera's
Still more?
That's it.
No.
And watch a YouTube video at the same time.
No.
AI-powered Aria by using the shortcut to
Ah.
the command line also allows
So much
if
ad
Opera's
read.
features are
No.
clicking on my team and I so consistently. I regretted. Let's get back
Okay.
to team and I
Alright.
so
Here we go.
consistently. And with that, let's get back to my chaotic
Ugh.
wedding games and exactly what I regretted about my wedding. We began with a custom game where Name and her friends and family had come up with a mock contract with a list of demands, like I get to sit window side on planes, perpetual access to dessert, Mars cannot ever make fun of Drake. Oof, that last one did not age well at all. Now,
Nice.
what's meant to happen is similar to a trial, where my friends and family try to argue down the list of demands to be more reasonable. This is in opposition to Name's family and friends, who want to keep the contract as is. I think Sultan was the only one who understood, so he tried his best, but the others were either too stunned or just tried to agree with everything, which obviously isn't the best for me. So safe to
No.
say that the mock contract stayed pretty much the same. And has also been breached. Certified lover boy, certified. The next one's a classic, Juta Chupai, but I admit it sounds weird when I talk about it out loud. So what happens is, Name's family and friends steal my shoes, and then they try to extort me for as much money to get them back. Whereas my friends and family aim to bring down the cost as much as possible to a happy medium. Now, you might be wondering, like I did, who cares about the shoes? You can take them.
Yeah, seriously.
But unfortunately, that was apparently not in the spirit of the game. Like,
Ah,
yeah,
I
okay, sure.
see.
I'll pay money to get my smelly shoes back. It's in the name of love, whatever. Unlike the previous game, some people... No, actually, just Alyssa locked in. During the initial kerfuffle, I saw her desperately run off with a single shoe.
Nice!
Now, poor Jaden was in her path.
Oh,
so
no, Jaden!
Alyssa ran up and yelled, "Jaden, put the shoe in your jacket now, please!" Whilst manhandling her and pulling her jacket open. And I watched in horrific slow motion as Jaden, more confused than ever, tried to compute what the heck was going on.
Oh,
And I
no!
think a part of Alyssa died that night out of pure radioactive cringe.
Oh my
I don't know
God.
if they have ever talked about that since. And frankly, they shouldn't. After
No.
30 minutes of deliberation, we finally came to a compromise on the price. When they asked around to see who had the shoes though, it was Emily who had them. Turns out that Emily didn't understand what was going on, managed to join Names' group instead of mine, and the group unknowingly gave Emily the shoes, so she's had them the entire time. We
Oh,
didn't
good
even
for
have
her.
to argue at all. We had them on our side. So when Emily handed them back to me, you should have seen my look of betrayal on my face.
I bet.
The last game that we played was a 1v1 against Name and I. There's a large bowl of milk with our rings in it, and whoever fishes out their ring first wins. And as I usually do, I get super serious about this game.
Of
I
course.
pulled out my ring straight away, raising it above my head, aura farming here.
Yeah,
Name and all my friends are
winner!
chanting, "Rematch, rematch!" So I give it another shot, all the while laughing, and I crush her again for a second time. Here, babe, you can have your ring. Now, this
Aw.
incident was not the massive regret that I had with my wedding. Although it should have been, because this time the cheers were a little less enthusiastic.
Yeah, I'd imagine.
And then they accused me of cheating, so I said I'd do it again, and oh my god, this is so embarrassing, but I said I would even do it blindfolded, eyes closed. Hey, don't throw false accusations, that's all I'm saying. And so we play for a third time, and I win again. And I am just outwardly celebrating in front of everyone. It took my brother to snap some sense into me by
Yes!
saying, "Bro, let her win.
Yes!
And then I realized, oh yeah, this is probably not a good look. at
No,
our
it's
wedding.
not.
And so I threw the ring back into the bowl of milk, playing one more time, letting Name win. She and her
Good.
family and friends celebrated their win, and I watched, happy that she was happy. The smile on my newlywed wife was worth the loss.
Aww.
But there is one major regret that I have with my own wedding.
And what's that?
My immediate family were there in full support, with my parents watching in a blink of their eye as their firstborn son marries the girl he loved. My family's speeches also had me on the verge of tears, with the only reason I didn't bawl uncontrollably being their own request not to do so. My friends, in-laws, the community who've known me since childhood were all there. The ceremony, the food, the AV tech, it all went well. So what
What is it?
was I deeply regretful about?
What is it?
Well, because of how incredibly busy I was with wedding planning, international friends arriving, and general medicine YouTube work piling up, I never really got to iron out my wedding speech for Name.
Oh.
On the day of, I said what I had prepared, but I wished that I had an opportunity to articulate exactly what I wanted to say.
Oh.
And now, I get to do just that.
Yay!
Name, with these videos, as well as everything else that we've gone through, I hope that it's clear to see how much you mean to me. From now, all the way until we're wiser in age, I promise you that I will forever be the golden retriever to your chihuahua. And by your side, I become a better man, worthy of a 6-star Google review. As long as we could spend the rest of our lives together, I would be content in whatever way, shape, or form that it takes. Even if we were just 2 worms under a spinach plant, both wearing cool leather jackets. Throughout our story, there's been a string tied together between us, an invisible thread pulling us over time and space. And with our marriage, we've spun it into a tight, unbreakable knot as it continues to weave a path forward beneath our feet.
This is so wonderful.
Name, as our love beckons us forward, inviting us to take our first steps as husband and wife, I've got no doubt at all that, inshallah, forever awaits us. And so, with our hearts bound and hands held so tight, let's make sure that we tread softly.
Wow!
Thank you so much for watching the story behind Name and I. It's obviously super important to me.
Oh my god, I almost cried there. My goodness, that was so beautiful. The fact that he put so much thought into that, and this video was basically his love letter to his wife. Oh, that was just so freaking lovely. And in learning about their customs, that was nice too. And seeing all his friends and family all super happy. And then that speech at the end. My god, this guy really does have one hell of a way with words. And honestly, like, I'm so happy whenever I see good people. I mean, good things happen to good people, and they both seem like very, very great people, and I wish them nothing but the best in the future. So that's going to do it for me here. Comment down below. Let me know, what did you think about this story animation? Please leave a like if you enjoyed this reaction. Do check all those links I have for you down in the description below. One link in particular, if you're feeling extra generous and want to support the channel, please do consider becoming a channel member. Easy for me to say by clicking that join button. Then lastly, and most importantly, I want to give a huge shout out to all my $5 and up supporters on Patreon: Cruising, Wolverine 310, Kester Cronin, Joseph McSweeney, Joshi, CC, Chris Curtis, Fox Coffany, Misa2, Fleet Street Vicom, Christopher Banyard, Songbird177, Misa3, Inca Linquist, Bet Out of Hell 24, Something Else, 20 Owl, The True Sunny Hero, Devisto David Asbun, The Demons of Rage, Kitty89, Alex, Johan Estrup, SCP-3887B, Powerpuff Girls Fan Number 8, Andy Dolan, and a brand new Patreon supporter, Patricia Defoe. Thank you all so very much. And if you too like to have a shout out and in each and every one of my videos, please head on over at patreon.com/DDanReactor for more. And I'll see you guys next time.